On March 10th, 2024, Mercury is going to enter into the fiery sign of Aries. Now, this is going to be a really important transit because this is not your typical Mercury in Aries transit. Mercury is going to spend a long time in Aries due to the upcoming retrograde that will take effect April 2nd. Now, this also means that Mercury is going to spend an unusual time in the proximity of Chiron, known as the wounded healer, and the North Node, which is our karma, our destiny, the direction in which we are moving towards. Therefore, this transit is really activating all types of opportunities that are asking us to revisit and to rewrite and look at our self-sabotaging patterns and our thinking. So things are really going to be initiated and activated right now in everyone's chart. This is going to be a time that you're going to want to go back to later during the retrograde. So know that what you're initiating, what Mercury is going across, is going to give you this opportunity to go back over, fine tune, and tweak. Now, to break down this transit, Aries is the sign that represents action and fire and passion and drive. It's about initiation and desire. And with Mercury is communication, travel, technology. So with Mercury in Aries, your communication now becomes direct, more assertive, more focused on like literally taking immediate action rather than you dwelling on the past or looking at details or overthinking things. It's about you saying, I'm going to do it, and not thinking twice, just getting it done. Your communication is really going to be impulsive. Your mind is going to be agile. You're going to be thinking fast, talking fast. Everything is going to be fast paced. So think these quick-minded thoughts. You're going to have this ability to grasp concepts quickly. So at this time, Mercury is also going to be in a harmonious aspect to Pluto. I love this because Pluto wants us to have this new approach and a new perspective. The main goal of Pluto is to help us transform or evolve. And this can be your views, your thoughts, your opinions, your ideals, all types of communication. It's in order to help you emerge and transform with a new outlook in life. You can expect to find healing opportunities by addressing your old wounds and embracing these new patterns in order to help you align with your highest potential. This is a powerful combination that can really bring about strategic thinking and effective communication for the purpose of your personal growth and transformation. This combination can really help spark some major breakthroughs. Hi, I'm your astrologer, Patricia Tate, and this is your Mercury and Aries astrology forecast for all 12 signs. To get updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe. So let's dive in. So for Aries Sun and Aries Rising, there's a couple things going on at the same time. So you're going to have this new moon in the sign of Pisces in your 12th house. Therefore, it's about you starting something new, a new cycle of something that you will finish in the next 6 months. I already have a separate video on that, reminding you where you're going to be setting your new moon intentions. And now we have this opportunity of setting these new moon intentions, and then Mercury is going to be moving forward in your first house of self. So know that that's where you're going to be starting, thinking about yourself, saying, okay, I'm ready to start something. I'm going to be starting something new that has to do with 12th house themes of following my intuition, healing myself, karma, going within, paying attention to dreams and intuition. Now with Mercury, on the same day, Mercury is going to move into your first house of self. Mercury being thoughts, ideas, communication in your first house of self represents your strengths, your habits. It's your business card. It's your website. It's how people view you in the outside world. It's you being seen. The first house is how you look at all the other houses of how you are relating to things in life. It's your power, your self-expression. It's where you want to create things and do things. It's your personality and your appearance, your identity, your image, your body. So know that that is the main topic that we're starting with. Now, Mercury rules over your third house of who you communicate with on a daily basis. So you're going to be taking this energy of impulsiveness, of passion and drive, and saying, who do I speak with on a daily basis? How do I communicate? How do I travel? What form of technology am I using? This includes neighbors, siblings, cousins, somebody in the grocery line. It also represents your daily habits, and the sixth house represents your mental, physical, spiritual health, well-being. And so these people that you're in contact with, this could be aunts, uncles, guides, mentors. The sixth house represents also your co-workers. It's who you connect with to say, okay, I'm my yoga class, or my nightly walk, or taking my dog to the dog park. It's who I connect with on a daily basis. And so Mercury moving into Aries, going across the North Node and Chiron. So your North Node, where the eclipses are activated, are all about the me, we sector of your life. Who am I? Who am I in conjunction with other people in my life? How am I taking back my power, taking back my energy, making sure that I'm asserting myself? The North Node is your karma. It's the direction in which you are supposed to be going. You are supposed to be focused on your needs first. And Mercury in Aries is going to make you literally be impulsive with what you say, or assertive. Your communication is going to be very direct, very focused on you taking immediate action. Your mind in those areas of your life is going to be you saying, I need to stop with these self-sabotaging patterns that I have with my thinking. I need to initiate some things in my life now. I want to move forward with these things. Now, there's this harmonious aspect to Pluto. Pluto is in your 11th house of your hopes, your wishes, your dreams, your goals, who you network with in order to manifest these things. Pluto in the sign of Aquarius is do not trap into a box. Think outside the box. Think creative. Be part of a whole, but still be unique and different. I look at Aquarius as like the hive mind, where we can all go to support one another, but I still want to be independent and be myself, be my unique self. And so during this time period, you've got this regeneration, this rebirth of your dreams, your goals, who you are networking with. Pluto is encouraging you to have this new approach, this new perspective of who do you align with? Are you saying what you need to say, doing what you need? Are you walking your walk and talking your talk? It's about the communications and this new outlook on life of who do you want to connect up with? And so the 11th house represents your peers, but it also represents groups and teams and these shared experiences that you have with others. But it also represents like kindred spirits, or people people that you would want to gather with that fill your soul. It's where you either want to volunteer, where you want to support others, but it's also where you want to feel connected with others, to be part of a group. And so you're going to find these healing opportunities by addressing your old wounds. The old wounds have to do with self-wounding. They have to do with how other people have wounded you. And the North Node, you stepping into your divinity, you stepping into your power of, I need to create these new patterns that can align with my higher self of me, taking back my power for my personal growth and transformation of who I am meant to be. The North Node going through the first house of self is use your strengths and create these positive habits, and in order to connect up with the intimate groups that you communicate with on a daily basis, with projects, with groups, your job, your workplace. It is the sixth house represents what you need in order to have healthy self-care for yourself. So this transit is really about you saying, I need this for me. Aries, I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. For more, please join me Tuesdays live at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer new moon and full moon astrology consultations. For a private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com. And to get updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe. So for Taurus Sun and Taurus Rising, I first want to talk about the new moon because we have two things happening on the same day. The new moon is occurring in your 11th house of your hopes, your wishes, your dreams, your goals, your networks, who you align yourself with, being hopeful, and I have a whole separate video on that. I would go back and link the two of these together because what you are setting your new moon intentions about is what's going to align with Mercury going into Aries into your 12th house. So know that first. All right, so let's talk about after you've set the new moon intentions, like literally later that day. Mercury is going to go into your 12th house. Now, your 12th house is your dreams, it's your intuition, your psychic ability. It's where we go to sit to be alone. It's where we, it could be prisons or institutions or hospitalizations or afflictions. It's also self-sabotage, and it's hidden supports, and it's about you connecting into the spiritual realm, tapping inside to know what's going on the outside. Now, Mercury rules over your second house of your self-worth, your cash, your property, your resources. What do you need in order to feel safe and secure? Mercury also rules over your fifth house of what brings you joy, what brings you pleasure. This could be children, taking risks, art, music, poetry, things that are creative, sports, activities, all of these topics. Now, Mercury is going to cross over your North Node and Chiron. This is going to offer you this communication. Now, I look at Mercury in the 12th house is not only communication to like on the earthly realm, but like communication through my dreams. This can be through ancestors. This can be through other dimensions, angels, guides, anything that when I close my eyes, I can tap into what else is available out there. The Akashic records, yoga, meditation, shamanic work, healing of the past, healing of like karma. If you believe in past lives, like releasing yourself of things that you have brought in from a past life. If you don't believe in past lives, then look at it as in your cellular DNA, things that have passed down from generational trauma. So Mercury is in a beautiful harmonious aspect with Pluto that is in your house of career, how people see you, your reputation that you want to leave for everybody to see out there. The 10th house is your professional life, your reputation. It represents honors and awards and authority figures. The 10th house represents your life path. And so it's in a harmonious aspect to Mercury moving into your 12th house, saying you need to work through these things and I'm going to support you. I'm going to help you transform this. Your communication is going to be direct. It's going to be assertive. You're going to want to take action immediately on things. It's going to be, your mind is going to be, think fast-paced and agile, but like, where did that thought come from? Where did that dream come from? Tapping into intuition, finding a coin, finding a feather, listening to a song. It's the 12th house is about synchronicity, and Mercury in Aries in your 12th house can have you really honed into and taking action on the synchronicity of things that you find in your life. So your communication is going to be impulsive. You're going to have the ability to grasp these concepts quickly and understand those aha moments of, I get it, I know what I should be doing, or I know I'm ready to transform. I'm ready to have this regeneration, this rebirth of working through my fears. The North Node in your 12th house is you working through karma, you getting rid of. Chiron is literally, it's the wound. And so the main goal of all this is going to offer you this opportunity to view things from a different standpoint. Your thoughts, your ideas, your communication, they're going to offer you to emerge with a new outlook on life of that was the purpose of this. I now am starting to understand this. This will help me move to my best and highest good. Healing opportunities for you to address these old wounds. I always say that, when somebody says, oh, I'm healed. Look, healing comes in stages. What happens is there's this wound, there's a bandage. Think of it as the bandage comes off, we let it air out, we let it heal a little bit, we put the bandage on top in order for it to heal, and then when it's time again, we remove that for more healing to take place. We're always evolving, changing, growing. And so this is going to be one of those times that it's going to be a deep transformation of things that other people cannot see within you, but you can feel within your heart and your soul. You're going to have an opportunity to align with your highest potential, less self-sabotage, to embrace these new patterns. You're going to have an opportunity for effective communication with a purpose for growth and transformation of, I get it. I now have a new Claire, as in understanding my dreams, understanding, like, following intuition, a psychic ability. All of these things are going to be available to you in order for you to have this more comfortable self-worth of what do you value, yourself most important, who do you surround yourself with, and for where are you willing to take risks for fun, joy, and pleasure. The fifth house is about it's love and children, and it's investments, and it doesn't have to be investments of money, investments of people, places, and things. I consider it an investment of time and healing the inner child. The fifth is, what do I want to do for joy and pleasure and recreation? And this is going to be a beautiful opportunity for you to communicate this new outlook on life that's going to be afforded to you, Taurus. So I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. Please join me live on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer new moon and full moon astrology consultations. For private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com. And to get updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe. So for Gemini Sun and Gemini Rising, Mercury is your chart ruler, so it's always important where is Mercury in the chart and what is happening with Mercury. So I want to start with first the new moon. I have a separate video on it, but that is the precursor of where this energy is flowing. You have a new moon at the top of your chart, and this is you starting something with authority figures, moving into a new job, a new career, a new direction in your life. The 10th house is authority, it's your reputation, it's your professional life. The 10th house, I always say, is like at the top of the building. And so you are starting something that requires you to be in the public's view, in the public's eye. So knowing that, now we talk about Mercury, because now Mercury is going to go into your 11th house of who do I align myself with, my hopes, my wishes, my dreams, who do I network with, what peers do I network with. The 11th house is what organizations should I join, what kindred spirits or like soul family do I need to be aligned with. It could have you moving away from specific groups and moving towards specific groups. Remember that Mercury is your chart ruler. It represents everything that has to do with who you are, who you or how you communicate on a daily basis with people. It's about your strengths, your habits. It's about your health, your vitality. I always say that it's your website or your business card. The first house is literally how people see and view you, and you standing there and presenting it to the world. Now, Mercury also rules over your 4th house of your home, your family, your roots, your foundation. It represents what you want to build your life upon. The 4th house represents your traditions. It represents the family genealogy of people who've been there before you, and it represents your real estate and your property. So know that this new moon at the top of your chart for your career, your job, your legacy of where you want to go, planting these seeds, Mercury is now going to say, I'm going to help you be assertive, go after what you want. it being your chart ruler and saying, we need to build things from the ground up. What does that look like? At the same time, Mercury is now going to cross over your North Node, the direction or the karma in your life of your destiny, your purpose of, I'm supposed to be focused on this. I'm going to realign with where I have been off track or misaligned. Chiron, a transit to Chiron is activating these opportunities to revisit and rewrite these self-sabotaging patterns of thinking and saying, I need to initiate new now. I need to activate it now. I need to move forward. I have to be the one to do this. I cannot wait for somebody else to do it. The 11th house is when I think about groups, it can be what Facebook groups, Instagram, YouTube, not like in person, but can also be a book club, a reading club, it can, or a bowling league. It can be groups and affiliates. It can be places that you volunteer and you saying, I'm now going to communicate exactly how I feel and moving forward with, I need to be more direct. I need to initiate. I need to be more assertive. I need to be focused on taking immediate action with where I want to go and what I want to do. Less focused on sit on it and think about it for a while. Your thoughts and your ideas and your communication is going to be way more impulsive. Your mind is going to be able to multitask, and it's like chattering with many different people and gathering facts and ideas and having this quick thinking and the ability to grasp these concepts quickly to decide, what am I going to do with it? Now, at the same time, Mercury is in a beautiful harmonious aspect with the planet of Pluto. Pluto is in Aquarius for 20 years. And so it is Pluto in Aquarius. It's about foreign people, places, things, cross-cultural experiences, taking classes, taking workshops. It is offering you this opportunity for a regeneration, a rebirth. Pluto requires, I think of it as the phoenix, a dying out and a rebirth. And so Pluto wants to have this new approach, wants you to have this new perspective on how are you communicating, who are you communicating with, what are your thoughts, what are your ideas, are you aligned for your best and highest good? The main goal of this transformation is for you to push past being uncomfortable and for you to evolve. This can be in your views, your thoughts, your ideas, spirituality, classes, workshops, publishing, legal matters, all types of communication in order for you to emerge with this new outlook in life. With who are you aligning yourself with? Are you building the stability of a stable home life and everything having to do with you? Finding these healing opportunities that will address these old wounds that you have. Embracing these new patterns that can help you align with what is your highest potential. In the end, the goal is to have effective communication for the purpose of personal growth and transformation in alignment with where do I want to go? How do I want to be known? Do I take these classes? Do I teach these classes? Do I travel here? Do I understand it from a very personal level by experiencing it? Publishing things. Getting yourself out there and aligned with the right groups that will help you first off feel better about yourself, being aligned with where you want to go and what you want to do in this lifetime. And if that means travel, then that means you need to align yourself with those people. If that means teaching or studying or religion or philosophy or those beliefs, all of that, those are all the topics that this transit pushes for with personal growth. And then for you, it offers the healing in order to build these new habits. So Gemini, I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments section below. Please join me live on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer new moon and full moon astrology consultations. For private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com. And to get updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe. So for Cancer Sun and Cancer Rising, I first want to draw your attention to something that's going to happen on the same day. We're going to have this new moon. I have a separate video out there for you, so you can like combine the two informations. But I'm just going to tap in gently and say, this is you starting something new, planting seeds, working with a clean slate. These are my hopes, my wishes, my dreams, my where I want to go and what I want to do. And it's in your ninth house of foreign people, places, things, publishing things, legal things, cross-cultural experiences, all of those topics. So you're starting something new. Knowing that you're starting something new, then we look at this Mercury transit. Mercury is going into your 10th house of your career. How am I taking that and moving it into my 10th house of where everybody sees me? It's the house of reputation. It's your professional life. It's the legacy that you want to be known for and to leave behind. The 10th house is authority figures. It's your public life. Think of it as being seen on top of like a building, or you being seen outside in the public life. Now, Mercury is going to go across and conjunct your north node. Your north node is your karma, the direction in which you're supposed to be heading in this lifetime. Truly, you focused on a career, a job, a legacy, authority figures, leaving a job, retiring from a job, where you want to leave your mark on society, what you want to achieve in this lifetime. Chiron is here. Now, Chiron is the wounded healer, and it's about you healing from some wounds that have to do with authority figures or you putting yourself out there. So Mercury rules over your 12th house of, the 12th house is where we go and we pay attention to our dreams and our psychic abilities. It's us tapping into the spiritual realm. It's the Akashic records. It's astral projection, astral travel. It is the 12th house is angels and guides. It is also the house of hospitalizations and afflictions and self-sabotage if we don't focus on our best and highest good. The 12th house represents anything that's subconscious or the spiritual realm, and it's where karma has been brought in, or ancestral. If you believe in past lives, then we look at it as what has been brought in from one lifetime to another, and what are you working through the residual of. If you don't believe in past lives, then think of it as cellular memory of one grandparent or great grandparent to the grandparent to the parent, like actually in your DNA, and breaking those chains. Now, Mercury also rules over your 3rd house of who you communicate with, travel and technology on a daily basis. The 3rd house represents writing and journaling. It's you connecting with your cousins, your neighbors. It's the 3rd house is who you talk and exchange ideas with openly. So this could be you in the grocery line. It's also about learning and short distance travel. So knowing that this is the theme of these topics, Mercury is going to go across the north node, and therefore it's going to activate these opportunities for each of you to like really revisit and rewrite an opportunity to rewrite where do you engage in self-sabotaging activities that you feel everybody sees or that are out there in the open. How do you rewrite these patterns? You need to initiate and activate this energy now using this Mercury and Aries. Like, how do I say it? How do I do it? How do I move forward? Your communication with authority figures, or being seen as an authority figure, or you in the outside world, like communicating with other people that could like be employees. You're going to be very direct. You're going to be assertive. It's going to be you focused on taking this immediate action and being very impulsive. I have the idea. I'm going to follow through with it. I have connected with this person. It's being impulsive about it. Your mind is going to be like running on all cylinders at the same time, and having these you're going to be able to grasp the concepts quickly. Now, there is a harmonious aspect to Pluto. Pluto is in your 8th house of your shared resources with other people through these deep bonding experiences. So I want you to think about, it could be family members if you have property or estates, or like something that's been passed down from one generation to another, like anything that's a joint venture. That would be with, this could be with an ex, with alimony or child support. This could be with an actual business partner or a significant other, where you have real estate, property, cash, resources that are linked or tied up or unified with other people. Pluto is transforming this area of your life and offering you this ability to say, maybe there's some contracts that need to be signed. Maybe there are, or redone or like reviewed. Your mind is going to be like saying, I can do this, I can do, like, all these opportunities that you're going to have. You're going to move forward with transformation of those shared resources, those joint ventures, areas of your life, and it's going to offer you a rebirth. Like, think of it as the phoenix dying out and rising up from the ashes of you saying, I'm ready to transform what I have tied up and linked with other people. Pluto wants you to have this new approach and this new perspective. The main goal is for you to transform and evolve who you are as an independent, who you are as an authority figure. You have these new moon intentions. It's you having this new perspective on things. You evolving, and this could be with your views, your thoughts, your ideas, communication. All of this is going to lead to a new outlook for you in life. You're going to have the opportunity to have these healing opportunities to address your old wounds by embracing new patterns that help you to align with your highest potential. Expect effective communication with a purpose for personal growth and transformation. So Cancer, I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. Please join me live on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer new moon and full moon astrology consultations. For private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com. And to get updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe. So for Leo Sun and Leo Rising, I first want to start with the new moon. These things are happening on the same day. I have a separate video going into much more detail, but I'm going to summarize that you have these new moon intentions, a clean slate, new beginning, fresh start for I want to start something new with the people that I share resources with or joint ventures with. This could be exes with alimony and child support. This can be business partners, significant others, and it can also be family members if you share property, estates, wills, debts, anybody that you share things with. So knowing that you're going to first have this new moon intention, and on the same day you're now going to have Mercury saying, let me assist you in getting it done. Now Mercury's going to move into Aries. Mercury rules over your 11th house of your hopes, your wishes, your dreams, your goals. Who do you network with? This can be like your star family. This can be people who you volunteer with. This can be work associates, work groups, teams, peers, people who you share creativity with. Mercury also rules over your 2nd house of your self-worth, your cash, your property, your personal resources, things that you need in order to feel secure. So the goal of this is for you to move forward with the intentions and feel secure about it and be in a better alignment with the people who are going to support you on this growth. Now Mercury is going to first crossover and conjunct the North Node and Chiron. So the North Node represents your karma. It represents the direction in which you're supposed to be leading or moving towards in this lifetime. It's your destiny, it's your purpose, and the North Node in your 9th house is like all about you saying, I need to understand the spirituality. I need to have this published. I need to dive into some like a class or a workshop, publishing something, all of those topics. And then Chiron is the wounded healer. I need to heal from some of these past wounds. And Aries, Mercury being in Aries, is how do I take the lead? How do I initiate what I want to do? And so there's going to be this opportunity as Mercury crosses and over the North Node and Chiron, of activating these opportunities for you to revisit and rewrite where have you had self-sabotaging patterns in your thinking of where do you want to go, understanding that religion, that spirituality, traveling there, publishing things, taking this class, taking this workshop. The ninth house is all about prophetic dreams and visions, philosophies and beliefs, and Mercury going across it is going to be initiating and activating opportunities for you to move forward and heal from these emotions and feelings and the way that things have been communicated to you, how you have taken it in. Now, communication is going to be more direct because it's Mercury in Aries. It's you being very assertive, saying what you say and meaning what you say. And saying what you think and not thinking first. You're going to be focused on taking immediate action rather than dwelling on these details or overthinking things. It's more impulsive. And it's like, I want to go there, I'm making a plan to make it happen. I want to take that class. I want to it's foreign people, places, things, cross-cultural experiences, and you wanting all of that. And your communication is going to be just impulsive. Your mind is going to be firing on all cylinders. Fast-paced thinking, the ability to grasp concepts quickly. Now, we do have this harmonious trine to Pluto. Pluto is currently totally overhauling your 7th house of love and partnership. And what does that look like for you? The 7th house represents contracts and negotiations and compromises and promises. And I call it the 1+1 house. It's you plus somebody else. Like, it could be a best friend, a significant other. It represents open enemies and exes. But this is a positive, so it could include all of those people that are in your life, and it could be clients also. The 7th house represents anybody that there are contracts or negotiations, whether written or nonverbal, that you communicate with. So knowing this, you're going to have this opportunity for these healing opportunities to embrace these old wounds, these old patterns, and focusing on your North Node. How do I align with my highest potential of where I'm supposed to be going, what I'm supposed to be doing, tuned into what does my heart say, in order for me to find out what do I personally value, my 2nd house of self-worth, cash, property, resources, and it could be money, it could be things, or it could be people, or it could be time. And so it's you finding these healing opportunities by addressing your old wounds, embracing the patterns that will help you to align with your highest potential. You're going to have Pluto saying you need a new perspective. You need a new approach with the people, your 1+1 people in your life. Transform and evolve. I look at Pluto and always think it does mean death. Like, think about the phoenix dying out and then rising from the ashes. It's the death of the way things were and emerging with a new outlook. Emerging with a better view on things, the better thoughts and ideas, and a better way that you can communicate with others what you want, what you need, and being more of an effective communicator, transforming the way that you speak, communicate, travel for personal growth and personal transformation. So Leo, I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. Please join me live on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer new moon and full moon astrology consultations. For a private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com. And to get updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe. So for Virgo Sun and Virgo Rising, I first want to bring up the new moon. Now, I have a separate video on that. It would be better if like you watched the two of them in tandem, because I'm only going to touch on it. But this new moon, Mercury is moving into Aries on the same day. It's activating your new moon intentions. Your new moon is in your 7th house of partnership. It's your 1+1. It's love and contractual agreements. It's written and nonverbal agreements. It's clients, one-on-one relationships, business contracts, best friends, significant others. It's also open enemies and exes. And so a new moon can say, I need a fresh start, a clean slate, a new beginning. Knowing that you're going to put out there that you have these new moon intentions, Mercury is now going to say, I'm here to help you initiate that and get that done. Mercury is how you speak. It's travel and talk and communicate. Mercury is now moving into your 8th house of your shared resources, where you have these joint ventures, and it is where we share money through. So let's say that it was family. So you have property or real estate together, or a will. Then it could be business partners, shared debt, or shared taxes. It could be a significant other and who that you live with, like shared life. The 8th house is all of the obligations and where you desire to have these deep connections, and where you need to have these in-depth conversations about intimacy that not everybody is comfortable with. Now, Mercury rules over your 10th house of you being seen in the outside world as an authority figure. Authority figures over you, a career, job, your legacy. The 10th house represents your life path, or your professional life. It's your reputation, it's your legacy. Now, Mercury also is your chart ruler. Who are you? Who do you present yourself to the world? It's your strength, your habits. You should pay attention, because Mercury is your chart ruler. Like, Mercury going around the chart is going to be one of the most important planets, and each house that it moves into affects you greatly. And so it's about your power, your self-expression, how people see you as a communicator, you being seen. It's your outlook. It is your business card. It's your website. It's literally Mercury going through the chart is who are you, and who are you as an authority figure, you being seen in the outside world. Now, Mercury is now going to move through the chart and go across the North Node, which is your karma and the direction in which you're heading in this lifetime, your destiny, your purpose. You are meant to be focused on these deep conversations, these deep connections, making sure that they're real, true, authentic, worth moving on with. Chiron is the wounded healer. How do I heal from this wound where I have been burned before with my connections with others? How do I trust? How do I make sure that I'm working on myself and putting, I don't want to say, it's about self first for self-preservation. It's not considered selfish. So this transit is really going to activate these opportunities for you to revisit, rewrite any of your self-sabotaging patterns in your thinking and in your actions of who you have connected with or bonded with or shared these resources with. You're going to be having this opportunity to initiate and activate the healing now. Your communication is going to be fiery, intense, impulsive, direct, assertive. You're going to want to talk first, and this can include, let's discuss this contract, let's negotiate like what's going on here. You not dwelling on details or overthinking things. Everything I want you to think about it as it's going to be fast paced. It's going to be moving forward, and you're going to have the ability to grasp these concepts quickly. Now, at the same time, we have the planet of Pluto in a harmonious sextile to Mercury, helping you. Now, Pluto Pluto is in Aquarius for the next 20 years in your daily habits, in your mentor section, the guides. Who do you connect up with to provide you support in order to do well? The sixth house is your mental, physical, spiritual, psychological health and well-being, and you being supported by other people in your life. And this could be through a doctor, a chiropractor, a mentor, a guide. Like it represents aunts and uncles. It is also co-workers, your relationship with your co-workers. Now, Pluto, I think of it as the phoenix. It's about death and dying. It dies out in the ashes and is reborn. So this area of your life, and include this communication and these resources that you have been sharing with others, there's going to be this huge opportunity for transformation, regeneration, a rebirth. Pluto really wants you to have this new approach, this new perspective. It's about offering you the goal to transform and evolve. This can be in your views, your thoughts, your ideals, your communication, all of these areas of who are you, your job, your career, your legacy, who you share resources with on a daily basis, and emerging with a new outlook on life, finding these beautiful healing opportunities by addressing these old wounds where I need to feel safe, I need to feel secure, embracing new patterns that will help you align with your highest potential. The end result is for you to have this effective communication for the purpose of personal growth and transformation. So Virgo, I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. Please join me live on Tuesdays, where I offer new moon and full moon astrology consultations. For a private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com. And to get updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe. So for Libra Sun and Libra Rising, I first want to start off with the new moon. I have a separate video on this, but you cannot talk about where Mercury is going until you understand the new moon. So if you have the ability, if you have an opportunity, please go back and combine the energy of both, knowing that you are setting these new moon intentions to create some healthy habits for yourself in your sixth house of your mental, physical, spiritual, psychological health, well-being. Knowing that you are setting these new moon intentions, this is where Mercury comes in. Mercury is going to help you. Mercury says, I am going to move into the sign of Aries on the same day. I want to initiate what your new moon intention is. Mercury is thoughts, ideas, communication, travel in the sign of Aries, initiating fast, quick paced. Now, Mercury rules over your ninth house of where do you want to go, who do you want to connect with, cross-cultural experiences, taking a class, publishing something, legal matters. The ninth house is foreign people, places, and things, and getting out there in the world, religion and spirituality. Mercury also rules over your 12th house. The 12th house is the hidden house that we don't share with other people, or people don't understand it. It's the house of affliction and hospitalizations and institutions and prisons. It's also the house of dreams, psychic abilities, tapped into the Akashic records, tapped into shamanic work, tapped into angels and guides and astral travel, astral projection, anything that you can do with your subconscious mind by sitting and tuning in. The 12th house is also healing karma from past generations brought in. If you don't believe in past generations or past lives, then the 12th house, you can think of it as cellular memory, or things that have been passed down from great-grandparent to the grandparent to the parent to you, and it's like an unconscious habit, or it's a family trait. But the 12th house covers those topics. So you starting this new moon intention has Mercury saying, I'm going to move forward in your seventh sector, your seventh house of your life, and say the people that you come in contact with on a daily basis that include your partner, your business partner, your clients, your one-on-one relationships. The seventh house represents love and contracts and negotiations. The seventh house represents all types of cooperation. It also represents open enemies and exes. And so this is going to be a positive transit where Mercury is now going to move past your north node and Chiron. The north node is your karma. It is the direction in which you're supposed to be headed in this lifetime. It's your destiny and your purpose of you focused on you connecting with others. And what does that look like? And the others can be business partners, significant others, clients, one-on-one relationships. It can be all of those things. And then we throw in Chiron, the wounded healer, healing from these wounds. So this transit is really going to offer you an opportunity for you to revisit and rewrite any self-sabotaging patterns and thinking that you have with either clients or significant others, business partners, things that you are initiating now. There's going to be this time to create them and have them transform and grow. Your communication, Mercury in Aries, it's going to be you being very direct, being very assertive, focused on taking immediate action with I think it, I say it, and sometimes acting before thinking through the actions of your, meaning that your actions can become extremely impulsive. Your mind is going to be able to grasp and it's going to be fast paced, where you're going to have this thinking of the ability to grasp many concepts quickly all at the same time. Now, during this transit, we also have a beautiful harmonious aspect to Pluto. Pluto is in a sextile to Mercury. Pluto is the planet of death and rebirth and transformation in the sign of Aquarius, is going to be here for 20 years. This is your fifth house of children or creativity, art, music, poetry, where we want to take risks. And so this positive connection is saying, I want to offer you transformation. I want to offer you regeneration and a rebirth of what does partnership look like? What does friendship look like? Or your clients, your one-on-one relationships? What does negotiation with you look like? Pluto wants you to have this new approach and a new perspective on how you communicate and who you're communicating with. The main goal is going to be an opportunity for you to transform and evolve this area of your life, which is going to include your views, your thoughts, your ideas. Communication of all types are going to emerge with a new outlook in life of what is possible for you, the direction in life with the 1+1, you and others, you in agreements, you in relationships, you in negotiation, you with exes, you open, you initiating, offering you this opportunity for effective communication with the purpose of you enjoying and being in alignment with personal growth and transformation at this time. So Libra, I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. Please join me live on Tuesdays, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer new moon and full moon astrology consultations. For a private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com. And to get updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe. So for Scorpio Sun and Scorpio Rising, I first want to start with the new moon. You have this new moon in your fifth house. I did a separate video on that. I would encourage you to view it and then combine the meaning. I'm only going to touch on it because the Mercury moving into Aries is happening on the same day. It's about whatever you are initiating. You have this new moon in your fifth house of creativity, where you want to take risks, your dreams. The fifth houses are music, creativity, children, childlike activities. And so you are initiating something that you want to begin, something that will be over the next 6 months. And so knowing this, we move forward with Mercury. Mercury is saying, I'm going to help you initiate that. I'm going to give you the energy to do that. Mercury moving into your 6th house of, I need to make this a daily habit. I need to find a guide. I need to find a mentor. I need to get advice from somebody. I need to initiate this, and it needs to be a permanent thing. Now, Mercury rules over your 8th house of your shared resources with other people. This is shared resources, debt, salary, income, anything that you share. This could be with family members, with cash or property or resources that are tied up with debt or wills, or like somebody has passed away. It could also be exes with alimony and child support, and it can be business partners and significant others, people that you are connected with joint ventures, or any debts, obligations, taxes, inheritances. It's the 8th house is where you want to have these deep bonding experiences with other people. Now, Mercury also rules over your 11th house of who you align yourself with in order to move where you want to go, to do things that you want to get better at. And this could be clubs, organizations. It's your hopes, your wishes, your dreams, your goals. The 11th house is it can be kindred spirits, and it can be work associates, like people that you're on a team with, and it can be many at the same time, like who I'm on a team with at work, and a bowling league, or a book club, or an astrology group. All of these. It can also be who you are in groups with Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. It's like anything that's like group oriented. Now, Mercury moving into Aries, it's now going to cross and conjunct the North Node and Chiron. The North Node is the direction and your life purpose. It's your destiny. It's where you are headed. You are supposed to be focused on your best and highest life, how to make this a daily habit, your mental, physical, spiritual, psychological health, well-being, and who you can put in place in your life to support you on this track in life. Now, Chiron's the wounded healer. How do I heal from these wounds? What does healing from these wounds look like? This transit is going to really activate these opportunities that you're going to be able to revisit and rewrite any of your self-sabotaging patterns of your thinking and your actions. Things that are going to be initiated now, they're going to be activated now. Your communication, it's going to be extremely direct. It's going to be fiery, passionate, intense, assertive. You focused on, I need to take immediate action rather than dwelling on things or overthinking things. You could look at it and say it's impulsive. Your mind is going to be able to take on many different tasks at the same time, like, or your, like the racing mind, like a broken record. The ability to grasp concepts quickly. Now, in order to transform, I love that there is this harmonious aspect to Pluto. Pluto is in your 4th house of your home, your family, your roots, your foundation. The 4th house is property and traditions. It's what you build your life upon and how you can scaffold from that. And so Pluto moving into Aquarius is going to be here for the next 20 years saying, I need to be creative. I need to think outside the box. And how can I build my own traditions? How can I move forward, and how can I support myself with either people that are family or people that feel like family, creating these new traditions. Remember, you had this new moon intention, and then Mercury moving into your 6th house of, I need to make it a daily habit. In this sextile to Pluto, Pluto is death and it's rebirth. Pluto is the phoenix rising. It dies out in the ashes and it is reborn. So it's transforming these areas of your life, saying, I need it to die out. I need to regenerate. I need it to be a rebirth. Pluto wants to have this new approach and new perspective. Pluto wants you to have a goal to transform and evolve. Now, this can be in your views, your thoughts, your ideas, the ways that you communicate. All of these types are going to be up for grabs, with you emerging with a new outlook in life in order to build a stable foundation with. Now, you can expect to find these beautiful healing opportunities by addressing your old wounds and embracing these new patterns that align with your highest potential. We go back to the goal of your new moon intention, and then Mercury going across your north node and Chiron, you embracing where have you had where have you been responsible for some of these wounds? Where have you allowed other people to take away your power? How do you initiate by taking it back? Having this effective communication for the purpose of your personal growth and your personal transformation. So Scorpio, I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. Please join me live on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer new moon and full moon astrology consultations. For a private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com. And to get updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe. So for Sagittarius Sun and Sagittarius Rising, I first want to talk about the new moon. I do have a separate video on this. I would watch it and then combine the two together. But in order to talk about Mercury in Aries, you have to know what is your new moon intention, because they're happening on the same day. So we know that you're starting off with something that has to do with your home, your family, your roots, your foundation, your genealogy. It could be property or real estate, but you're setting this intention for what do I want to build my foundation upon. Knowing that, then Mercury is going to now move into your fifth house. The fifth house represents children, childlike activities, creativity, art, poetry, music. The fifth house represents where I'm willing to take a risk. The fifth house is what do I want to do on the weekends or evenings, or how do I express myself? What are my hobbies? It's about excitement or sports or gambling. Now, Mercury moving into the sign of Aries is initiating or moving forward with your goals of what was your new moon intention. Mercury rules over your career, your job, your legacy, your 10th house of authority figures, you being seen as an authority figure, how you want to build things, you being seen from the top. The 10th house is government, bosses, honors, your reputation, it's your professional life. So Mercury also rules over your 7th house of your, I call it your +1 house. It's you with a business partner, you with a significant other, you with a client, you with open enemies, you with exes. The 5th house is where we find love, but it's also where we have negotiations or contracts or compromise. It's how we talk and exchange these ideas that you have with others, and where we look out contracts, promises, and like cooperation. So Mercury, now moving into your 5th house, is saying I need to move forward with things. I need to be able to take a risk. I need to be able to also heal, because now we're going to have Mercury move across the north node and Chiron. When Mercury conjuncts the north node during this transit, this is you moving towards things, you initiating things. Mercury going with your north node. The north node is your karma. It's the direction in which you're supposed to be headed in this lifetime. It is your destiny. It's your purpose. So Mercury is saying, I need to push past what's difficult. I need to do this. I have to do it. I cannot expect anybody else to do it. Then when Mercury also then moves to Chiron, Chiron is considered the wounded healer. Where am I responsible for some wounds? Where have I not had healthy boundaries with wounds? Where have I given up on some things? This transit is really going to activate some opportunities for you to revisit and rewrite any self-sabotaging patterns or thinking or activities that you have allowed or initiated in your life. So that things that are initiated and activated now, you're going to move forward with fire, passion, drive, and intensity to be more direct and assertive on taking action to improve, to make better, not to dwell on any of these past ideas. I am in charge of my destiny with my career, my legacy. These are the people that I allow into my life, whether they're best friends or it's open enemies and exes. Like, it's healthy boundaries. And what does that look like? Mercury moving into your 5th house, going across the wound, says I need to be focused on what brings me joy, what brings me pleasure, and not always be focused on everybody else and going along because everybody else, like because it's just the easier path. No, Aries energy is you initiating it, you activating it, you communicating clearly what you want to do, being direct, being assertive, being focused on things that it's like healing the inner child. What do you want to do? Where do you want to take risks? Where do you want to be creative? Does it have to do with children? Does it have to do with like adult playmates? Like that would be like, think about a child being an adult. And so those are your adult friends of who do you want to hang around with? What do you want to do? Your mind is going to be going a million miles a minute. You're going to be able to grasp these concepts quickly. Think about fast-paced, quick thinking, your mind, and moving forward. Now, Pluto. I want to bring in one more. Pluto is in this beautiful harmonious aspect. Pluto is the planet of death, rebirth, and transformation. I think of it as the phoenix. It dies out in the ashes, is reborn a new phoenix. Pluto is in your 3rd house of who do you communicate with on a daily basis. This could be with siblings, this could be with neighbors, and in Aquarius is thinking outside the box. Your 3rd house is it's who you talk and exchange ideas with on a daily basis. It's also acquaintances, like people that we made in the grocery line. It's also short distance journeys and travel and technology. So we have those topics now saying, I'm going to support you, Mercury, on where you want to go and what you want to do. Pluto has you transforming and regenerating and having a rebirth in your 5th house of joy, pleasure, and creativity. Pluto wants you to have this new approach and a new perspective on with a goal with transforming and evolving. How are you speaking? How are you sharing your ideas? Who are you communicating with? Having this new approach and this new perspective of fun, joy, pleasure, just for yourself. Aligning yourself with people who want to do those things also. And that might mean releasing some groups that you may have been part of. The main goal is for you to literally transform and evolve. This can be in your views, your thoughts, your opinions, your ideas, all types of communication. All of these things are now going to emerge, and there's going to be this opportunity for a new outlook in life. You're going to find these healing opportunities by addressing these old wounds of where have I given up my power? Could this be through children, or could this be jumping on somebody else's bandwagon and not just focused on what I want to do, my creativity? I need to embrace new patterns that align with my highest potential. I have to focus on me. I have to put self first, self-preservation. I have to be effective with my communication for the purpose of my personal growth and my transformation, and who am I going to align myself with? All right, so Sagittarius, I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. Please join me live on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer new moon and full moon astrology consultations. For a private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com, and to get updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe. So for Capricorn Sun and Capricorn Rising, before we talk about Mercury, we first have to talk about the new moon. I have a separate video on that, but I have to recap this in order for you to understand what it is that you're starting. You have a new moon on the same day that Mercury goes into Aries. So the new moon has to do with the way that you communicate people, places, and things, you traveling, short distance travel. The third house is about neighbors and siblings and cousins, and it has to do with how you say things, when you say things, who you talk openly and exchange ideas with. This could be in the grocery line, this could be with short distance travel. All of these things, this is whatever you set for your new moon intention, this is where Mercury is now going to come in. Mercury is now going to say, I'm going to initiate and I'm going to make it fast, quick, and direct with your fourth house of your home, your family, your traditions. The fourth house represents your property, your real estate. It's what you build your life upon. It is either blood family or people who feel like family. It's those people who shape you. It's your personal life. It's your ancestors. It is your traditions. And so Mercury moving into Aries is moving forward with these new ideals. Mercury rules over your ninth house of cross-cultural experiences, wanting to travel someplace, deep religion or spirituality, wanting to understand that. It's also the house of publishing, and it's the house of legal matters. The ninth house represents you in the outside world, gathering information and wanting to connect on a real see it, not just always read it, but to like foreign travel, higher education, thoughts, ideas, and beliefs. Now Mercury also rules over your sixth house of your daily habits, what you do in order to maintain your best and highest good, whether it be for mental health, physical health, spiritual health, seeking out counsel through a guide, a mentor, a doctor, an older person, or an aunt or an uncle. It's somebody who you would go to for advice. The sixth house is, what do I have to do in order to take care of myself on a daily basis? It's self-care. So know that you have these two areas coming in to bring forth whatever your new moon is, the story evolves from. Now Mercury is going to cross and conjunct your north node, which is in your fourth house, and Chiron in your fourth house. So your north node. The north node is your destiny and your purpose. You are literally supposed to be focused on building a foundation, heading towards what does that look like? Your karma, your direction of I need to take care of what looks like home or who feels like home. Now Chiron's the wounded healer. Chiron can be other people putting their wounds on us, or us having these wounds that have to do with home or traditions, and maybe building a new tradition or understanding where things came from. Therefore, this transit is going to activate these opportunities for you to revisit. Hold on. Sorry. Choked on spit. To revisit and rewrite any of your self-sabotaging patterns or your thinking or your actions that have to do with home, traditions, family, building of a foundation of your daily habits. Who do you have in place to support you? Where do you want to go? Where do you want to do you want to take classes? Do you want to teach the classes? What do you want to experience in life? And not letting anybody else cast a shadow over things that you need to do. So this is going to initiate and be activating things in your life that you need to change through communication. So think fire and your words and your action. You're going to be more direct, you're going to be assertive, you're going to be focused on taking immediate action of, if you like something, you're going to say it. If you don't like something, you're going to shut it down. You're not going to be dwelling on the details of things. Your communication is going to be quick-paced and impulsive. Your mind is going to be running on all cylinders all at one time. It's a quick thinking mind. It's you able to grasp concepts quickly and be able to move on from them, to like put it away, move on to the next thing. Now, another great thing about this transit is Pluto. Pluto is in a harmonious aspect to Mercury. Pluto is the planet of death and transformation. I think of it as the phoenix. The phoenix dies out and is reborn from the ashes. Pluto strips away all that was no longer working and then asks us to rebuild and transform, to regenerate, and to have a rebirth of sorts. It is having a 20-year it's going to be in your second house of your self-worth, your cash, your property, your personal resources for 20 years. And it is in this harmonious aspect of supporting you on this growth. Pluto wants you to have this new approach, this new perspective, a new view on things. The main goal of this transformation is for you to evolve. What does your home look like? How does this make you feel about your self-worth? The second house is not only about cash and property and resources, it's what do I need in order to feel secure? Who do I surround myself with in order to feel secure? It's also about salary and income. It's about your talents. It's about your self-esteem, and it's resources and movable property. But what is your attitude towards these things is also important. And what is the most important things that are in your life? And so you're going to have this transformation of sorts in order for you to transform your views, your thoughts, your goals, and to emerge with this new outlook in life. To also find these healing opportunities, that's your Chiron, by addressing your old wounds, to address these new patterns and to help you align with your highest potential, moving towards your north node, to be an effective communicator for the purpose of your personal growth and your personal transformation. So Capricorn, I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. Please join me live on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer new moon and full moon astrology consultations. For a private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com, and to get updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe. So for Aquarius Sun and Aquarius Rising, first I want to talk about the new moon. You have a new moon in your second house of your self-worth, your cash, your property, your personal resources, your salary, your income, and what do you value. I have a separate video on that, so I'm only going to put a snippet about it in here, but you have to understand what is your new moon intention, because Mercury moves into the sign of Aries on the same day, wanting to initiate, wanting to move forward with what you are beginning, starting, or initiating. So let's move on to Mercury. Mercury moving into your third house of communication, travel, short distance travel. Who do you communicate with on a daily basis? This could be in the grocery line, this could be cousins, siblings, neighbors. Now, Mercury rules over your 8th house of your shared resources. This could be debt, taxes, alimony, child support. The 8th house is who do you share resources with. That could be family, meaning we there's a will, or that we all own this summer house. It could be exes with alimony and child support. We have these children together. It could mean a business partner. It could be a significant other, a life partner. The 8th house represents all types of obligations or debt or taxes or other people's values and opinions. Now, Mercury also rules over your 5th house of where do you want to take risks? Children, fun, joy, creativity, art, music, poetry. The 5th house represents romance and how you express yourself. The 5th house is where do I want to make an investment in something, and it could be investment in money, or I'm going to put my time into piano lessons or guitar lessons. And so Mercury ruling over those 2 houses, initiating whatever you started at the new moon on the same day. So it's going to cross over and conjunct the North Node and Chiron. As Mercury comes in contact with Chiron is the wounded healer. Chiron is where we have had somebody else wound us, or we have self-inflicted the wound, the pain. Now the North Node is your karma, your destiny. It's where you're supposed to be headed for in this lifetime. It's your destiny, your purpose, the direction, your life direction. So Mercury going across these two is saying, I'm going to give you an opportunity to activate these transits in order for you to revisit and rewrite any of your self-sabotaging patterns and your thinking and things that also have to do with traveling. This is what are you initiating and what are you activating, because during the Mercury retrograde, you'll be going back over it again. So Mercury moving forward says, let's bring these topics in. Where am I responsible for this pain? Where am I responsible for this lesson? How do I move forward with healthy boundaries? How do I move forward with initiating a better practice? And the North Node is, this is a part of my life that this is where I'm supposed to be focused on. This is my direction. And I need to work past these self-sabotaging patterns of my thinking and my actions. Now, communication is going to be direct, fiery, hot, impulsive, very assertive. Mercury in the third house is writing, journaling, email, phone, text. You taking immediate action right now rather than dwelling on any of the details, not overthinking anything. You're going to be extremely impulsive. Your mind is going to be like, think about the broken record and spinning and fast paced, and the ability for you to grasp concepts quickly and make the decision quickly. You're going to hear it, not think twice on it, and say, this is what I'm going to do. This is what I've made up my mind to do. Now, another positive that goes along with this is you have Pluto. You have Pluto in your first house of self. Pluto is the planet of death, rebirth, and it's a form of transformation. Think of it as the phoenix. The phoenix dies out in the ashes and then it is reborn again. So we know that Pluto is in your first house of self, totally transforming over the next 20 years. Who are you? Who are you presenting to the world? Your strengths, your habits, your health, your vitality. The first house is your business card, or it's your website. It is your outlook. It's you being seen by others. It's your power and your self-expression. All of that is going through a transformational process. Now, Pluto being in a sextile to Mercury, the way that you're communicating is totally going to transform and have this regeneration or this rebirth of the way that you travel or the way that you communicate. Pluto wants you to have this new approach and a new perspective on communication and travel. Who you communicate with, who you connect up with, co-workers, business partners, in order for you to, like, the 8th house is the house of deep bonding, but it's also contracts, it's business contracts. And the 5th house is where I want to spend my off time, my fun time. And so you're going to be totally transforming and evolving this area of your life. And this can be your views, it can be your opinions, your thoughts, your ideas, and communication is going to emerge, offering you this new outlook in life. You're going to be finding these healing opportunities, because it's going to go across, the Chiron and the North Node, by addressing your old wounds, embracing these new patterns so that you're in alignment with your highest potential. Where have you been wounded by communication or education before, and how do I move forward past that? How do I transform past that? How can I be an effective communicator for the purpose of my personal growth and my personal transformation? So Aquarius, I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. Please join me live on Tuesdays, where I offer full moon and new moon astrology consultations. For a private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com, and to get updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe. So for Pisces Sun and Pisces Rising, I first want to start off with a new moon. The new moon is in Pisces, your first house of yourself. I have a separate video on this. I would encourage you to watch it and combine the two together, because I'm only going to talk about it for a hot second here. The first house has you starting something that has to do with a new look, new habits, How do you want to present yourself to the world? The first house represents like your business card or your website. It's you being seen. It's your outlook, your health, your happiness, your vitality, your appearance. And so you have this new moon intention that you want to put out there into the world. And then on the same day, so let me back it up. On the same day, we're now going to have Mercury saying, I'm going to help you initiate those things. I'm going to move forward. Mercury is going to move forward into your second house of your self-worth, your cash, your property, your resources, your money, your talents, your skill set, your salary, your income. It's your values, your self-esteem, your financial condition, your movable property, your personal resources of what do I need in order to feel secure. And so Mercury moving into your second house, Mercury rules over your seventh house of your partnership. Now this can be significant other, business partner, it could be one-on-one with clients, best friends. The seventh house also represents clients. It represents love and contractual agreements and negotiations and cooperations. It's where we talk and negotiate with other people. It also represents open enemies and exes. So during this transit, I'm looking at as more of a positive and opening up doors to things. Mercury also rules over your fourth house of your family, your home, your foundations, your roots, your traditions. The fourth house represents real estate and property, but it's also your ancestors, like your DNA, the people who feel like family or the people that are family. So know that you are going through some kind of a healing process and initiating some new goal to move forward with. So your communication is going to be stronger. It's going to be more impulsive. Mercury is going to cross over and activate your north node. The north node is your direction in this lifetime, your purpose, your destiny, where you're supposed to be going. You are supposed to be working on these things, talking about these things, activating an opportunity for healing, because then it's also going to activate Chiron, the wounded healer. Chiron is where we feel like other people have wounded us, or it's self-sabotage, where it's literally the wound that's in the chart, and as it goes around, we are able to heal certain wounds at certain points in our life. So this transit is activating these opportunities for you to revisit and rewrite any of these self-sabotaging patterns of your thinking that have to do with your self-worth, your resources, your income, your salary. What do you need in order to feel secure? So that things that are initiated now and they're activated now, you're going to now be very, your communication is going to be direct. It's going to be assertive. You're going to be focused on taking immediate action. You're not going to want to dwell on ideas. You're going to hear something, make a decision, move on from it. You're not going to overthink it. Your communication is just going to be impulsive, signing things, doing things. Everything is going to be quick. Your mind is going to be agile. It's about working on all cylinders all at one time. The ability to grasp concepts quickly and be able to make the decisions that have to do with your home and partnerships, signing contracts, things that have to do with your personal resources. Now, there's also a positive that goes with this, that Pluto is the planet of death, rebirth, and transformation, and it is in your 12th house of self-sabotage, your worst fears. The 12th house represents affliction and prisons and institutions and hospitalizations, and it also represents where we go to tune in to our angels, our guides, our ancestors, to spirit, to tap into the Akashic records, to tap into meditation, to tap into your dreams. And so Pluto, with this transformation, is offering you deep transformation of connecting to the spiritual realm. This could be through the Akashic records, through meditation, through yoga, through ancestors, through releasing of karma. All of these topics are available during this transit. It's about regeneration and a rebirth of your self-worth, of how we feel about ourselves, and self-sabotage of things that have been brought in from one generation to another, if you believe in past lives. If not, then think of it as something that's been carried down through cellular memory from great-grandparent to the grandparent to the parent to you, and like something with health or something with mental or physical or spiritual, and you saying, I'm going to break that chain. I'm going to be the one that doesn't continue on after this. Being direct and focused with, I have to have a new approach. I have to have a new perspective. The main goal of this, of Pluto sextiling Mercury, is to transform and evolve for your best and highest good. This can be your views, your thoughts, your ideas, your communication, all of these, in order for you to evolve and emerge with a like this new outlook in life, to be tapped into, what does divine want from me? What does spirit want from me? What does my higher power, me being connected to my higher power, and how does that look like? What does that look like? Finding these healing opportunities by addressing these old wounds, and you embracing these new patterns that will help you align with your highest potential, and to be in alignment with divinity, your spirit, having this effective communication for the purpose of your personal growth and personal transformation. So Pisces, I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. Please join me live on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer new moon and full moon astrology consultations. For private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com, and to get updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe.